Yo homie, that my range bag? Kept you waiting, didn't I? Fellas, both of my mics have died, and it is hella windy out, so hopefully you can hear me. Welcome, gentlemen. Today I have something very special for you, the HK USP45. Let's get right into it. This wind making me look like goddamn alfalfa out here. Let's get into an overview and a breakdown of the build. The HK USP45 is a external hammer-fired polymer lower 45 caliber pistol. USP standing for Universal Self-Loading Pistol. Development on the USP began in the late 80s, early 90s, sort of in conjunction and parallel to the Mark 23 SOCOM, another legendary pistol. The USP was originally chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson and designed to handle those pressures, then developed in 9mm and 45 ACP as you see here. The USP is a double action, single action pistol. This particular model has the decocker and safety. It also sports the European paddle release for the magazine instead of a button. This USP is actually not a USP tactical, it's the standard USP without the threaded barrel. I bought an RCM threaded barrel for it from HK Parts. This barrel is actually threaded in .578 by 28, the standard thread pitch for 45 caliber firearms in the US. Normal HK USP 45 tacticals are threaded in a metric left-hand thread. I was stoked when I found a barrel that had a regular thread pattern on it and one that I could just use my the piston that I already owned, essentially. On the end here, you know it, you love it. It's a Silencer Co. Hybrid 46M in the short configuration. Underneath, we have a Surefire X300. This is the paddle model, and underneath that, we have the GG&G Picatinny rail adapter. The USP was developed during a time when Picatinny rails on dust covers of pistols were not a standard thing, and so it has a proprietary rail. It's just a slot and a flat bottom, but you either have to use the proprietary LAM device, laser aiming module, that was developed in conjunction with the USP and Mark 23, or an old Surefire light that's about 12 lumens, and then you can't use any holsters with it or anything, so I just opted for the GG&G pick rail adapter and slapped an X300 on there. Now it fits in my tier 1 MSP, and that's the build. This specific USP came with two 10-round magazines with the little finger lip. I think I prefer just the flat mag base plate on there, as well as they make 12 round 45 caliber USP mags. So I don't know if this was like a California compliant version or what. I don't live in California. Don't know why they'd sell any California compliant stuff in my local gun store, but they do for some reason. Anyway, it's an HK gun, so mags are expensive. And as of right now, I only have the 2 mags that it came with. As I throw a loaded one onto the ground here. The USP currently serves as the service pistol for the Bundeswehr, the German military, as the P8, which is a 9mm version, with some other changes as well. I think it's either like the safety is just a decocker or something like that. Oh, I think the directions on the safety are changed, actually. Viewer, turn off the video now. Turn off your computer. Viewer, turn off your computer now. Honestly though, haven't you been watching YouTube for long enough? Fellas, we are back in the studio because it is my favorite time of the month. That's right. The October SourBoys loot box is here. Did I say studio? I meant the guest bedroom that my girlfriend lets me keep my guns in. Anyway, in this month's loot box, we have Pink Lemonade, a level 4 sour level. We have Cherry Pineapple Lil Guys. Big fan of the Lil Guys. We have Blue Raspberry, Lemon Grape, another level 4. It's getting sour in here, boys. And to finish it off, we have Rainbow Sherbet Lil Guys. Not to mention a whole bunch of SourBoys stickers. So I will be keeping the cool SourBoys stickers, and the duplicates I'll be giving away. Alright fellas, here's the most important part, the taste test. First, I'll be trying the Cherry Pineapple Lil Guys. Very good. You know, I mean, the Lil Guys always slap. Nothing better than cracking open a brand new bag of these guys and just taking a nice big whiff. Always smells so good. Next up with the Rainbow Sherbet Lil Guys. Very excited about these ones. Fellas, when this camera turns off, I am going to eat all of the candy. Much to my girlfriend's dismay, I will not be sharing. Now to the strips. Boys, we've got the Blue Raspberry Lemon Grape. I'm not gonna lie, I got this box of candy late last night, like after 9 o'clock. It showed up somehow, and I just couldn't help myself, and I had to try these. So I have had this one already, but really like the color there. All the flavors and the coloring is natural, guys, so. First bite, you can definitely tell. You can definitely tell this is a level 4 sour. Kicks a little harder. Kicks a little harder than those little guys. Last but definitely not least, fellas, we have the Pink Lemonade, a classic flavor. Also level 4 sour. Actually, not quite as sour as the last ones, but the level of sourness works really well with the flavor. The flavor's coming through. It's not just the sour, so. Fellas, if you're looking for some good candy with some great flavors, check out SourBoys in the link in the description below. They didn't give me any money. They just sent me some candy, so. Let's talk about shooting experience with the USP45. Now, as previously stated, this is a single action, double action pistol with the non-upgraded trigger, just the standard trigger. The single action is okay. It's about the same as most striker fired pistols, in my opinion. Most striker fired pistols that aren't Glocks, in my opinion. The double action pull is horrible. It's gritty, it's long, it's heavy, but if you want to carry it loaded with the safety off, it'd be a pretty good safety in itself, for sure. Now, as far as actually shooting it goes, once you get past that double action pull and you get the single action, this gun is surprisingly shootable for a big old 45 caliber pistol. The recoil feels like 45, but it's not snappy. It feels like more of a push. Shooting it fast, I think you could do. It would take a lot more practice and time than I have on the gun, but I can see myself getting really good with this gun. Accuracy, I have had no issues with accuracy. I was hitting my reduced sized silhouette target at like 70 to 100 yards with this thing, repeatedly, suppressed and unsuppressed, which impressed the hell out of me because I'm not that great of a pistol shooter. In the collateral Mozambique drill that I did, my first time trying that was for this video, and I was getting mostly A-zone hits and headbox hits with this pistol, and I felt like Tom Cruise. Infinite ammo. Everybody and their mom out here today, dude. As far as ammo goes, I've been running it with various 230 grain ball ammo. I did run some SIG V-Crown hollow points through it, and it functioned flawlessly. I don't have the money to run hundreds of rounds of defensive ammo through it, so, but I did run about a box through it, and it ran perfectly fine. As far as running it with the suppressor goes, this is kind of more of a heavy can, not perfect for suppressing pistols. It is the only 45 caliber can that I own, though. This barrel does have the O-ring around it, the classic HK accuracy O-ring. I have found that when the suppressor is on the gun, it makes charging it hard. It likes to catch right on that O-ring there. I did put a little bit of CLP on there. I didn't have any grease to put on there, but I did put a little bit of CLP. That seemed to help. It was not closing all the way when I initially, before I put the CLP on there, it wasn't closing all the way. It would come down and sit like right there before closing all the way. So now it doesn't have that problem. This is kind of an iconic suppressor host. I think part of that is finding the right suppressor for it. This suppressor works perfectly fine, but I would like a dedicated pistol can that isn't super fucking heavy and allows the gun to cycle as it should. I would really like to put like the Osprey 45 on there and just have the square suppressor with the square gun. I think aesthetically that's unmatched. Let's talk about the vibes of this pistol. This is a pistol that I have wanted ever since 2009 when I played the original Modern Warfare 2 and used the USP45 in there. Then, as I grew older and more cultured, I played Metal Gear Solid 1 and, more importantly, Metal Gear Solid 2, where this handgun is predominantly featured. And then I watched Collateral, and the gun just kept getting cooler to me. I think, especially suppressed, but even not suppressed with no attachments, this gun just exudes the HK Teutonic magic. If you are a fan of the channel, you know that I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. It has been leading to this, and I also have some other Metal Gear Solid themed stuff in the works, so stay tuned for that. Needless to say, the vibes of the USP45, unmatched. Why would you want a USP45? Well, because you're cultured, because you're a step above the others, because you're not a poor, because you don't want to buy the VP9, the folks pistol, the poor people pistol. You want real HK magic. On a serious note, just an incredibly solid pistol. You can get them in 40 45, 9mm, whatever your flavor is, and it'll stand up to all of it. Final thoughts on the USP45. I love this pistol, fellas. It has been everything that I've wanted. Now that I finally have the threaded barrel and I can run it suppressed and live out my tactical espionage action dreams, it's great. It's been really good to get out here and actually like put some rounds through it, run the paces with it. Incredibly shootable pistol. It's obviously lacking in the 10 round capacity, but it gets the job done in my opinion. Well, fellas, thank you for watching my YouTube video. It has kind of been a pain to get this video out to you guys, so I appreciate you watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We are almost to 1,000 subs, sitting at 975 right now, so the goal is to get to 1,000 before the year's over, and I think that's pretty doable. It is currently 2 days into rifle season, and as soon as I finish filming this, I'm gonna make sure my hunting rifle is zeroed. So anyway, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah!